Hi, if this is your first time here, my name is Betty, and welcome to the Well-Rounded Workshop. So my husband and I were driving by a dumpster the other day, and wouldn't you know it, I spotted this old end table just sitting there. And of course, I had to drag it home because all good wood needs a loving home. Leaving it behind was not even a consideration. Even if it's all beat up, I try to see its potential. And hey, rustic and vintage are the new cool in thing, right? Check out this short clip. Okay, so we're just taking a drive and I see it looks like, oh my, that actually looks like a nice wood table. I love the legs. It's beside this dumpster here, and you know what? That's real wood. I'm gonna take that, and I love these knobs too. Yep, that's going with me, definitely. So today I'm going to use the legs of that table and turn them into 3 completely different candle holder projects. The first 2 are really quite simple, and the third one will have a little more to it. I can't wait to show y'all how a little creativity and a little elbow grease can take something forgotten and turn it into something fabulous. All right, first things first, we got to take this table apart and see what kind of treasures we've got hiding in these legs. Okay, so I got all my 4 legs off. Now I need to clean them up a little bit. I got to get some of these wooden dowels out and these staples. And did leave a little bit of a mess on some of them, so I've got to get them cleaned up. Start with getting these. Okay, so now that I got all of the wooden dowels and the staples removed from the 4 legs, I need to go ahead and cut off these 4 wooden feet to make a nice flush surface. Okay, so I said I had 3 candle projects or candle holder projects that I was going to do. The first project, very simple. I cut that wooden foot off the bottom and I'm going to do just 2 spindle candle holders. So I just want them, it's just going to be a nice set. I want them cut right off flush here. So I need to take these to the miter saw and get that cut. Okay, so I told you that I was going to do 3 candle holder projects, and the first 2 were going to be super simple. And I didn't lie. this is the base of the first project, 2 spindle candle holders. So I have the bases cut. For the tops, I'm going to end up using mason jar lids, metal mason jar lids. I'm going to end up gluing them in place so nothing gets through. I'll just use a little Loctite for that. And I'm going to end up just taking one flathead screw and screwing it right down through the tops of each one. So there you go. That's the first project. Now, of course, I have to finish this. I'm not going to show you that until the final reveal. Okay, so the second project, again, I said simple, is going to be a set of 3 pillar candle holders. So I have my 3 bases for the pillar candle holders. I've decided on 10-inch, 8-inch, and 6-inch. So I'm going to go ahead and get them measured out. So the first one is going to be 10 inches, and we're almost at that now. I'm just going to make my mark. Get that put on here. That's the first one. Second one, I'm going to go with 8 inches. And then the third, I'm going to go with 6 inches. Okay, so I have my 3 measurements. I'm going to bring them to the miter saw, get them cut. Okay, so here we have our set of 3 pillar candle holders, the 10-inch, the 8-inch, and the 6-inch. They're all cut and they are all very rough, as you can see. So I'm going to end up taking this walnut wood fill and I'm going to fill them in and sand the parts that need to be sanded. I like rustic look, so it's going to be made to look rustic. For the tops, I'm going to use these 3 caps or lids that I have from candles that I no longer have. I kept the jars, and so now I'm going to reuse these lids. And then I'm going to end up using some hardware I have to finish them. So like project number 1, I'm not going to show you how I'm going to finish these. I'm going to finish them and you'll see them in the final reveal. On to project number 3, and this is all we have left of those table legs, but that's all good because all we need are these 2 ends, these 2 feet, and I'm going to use these 2 feet for my project number 3, so I'll need to cut those off with the miter saw, but before I go over there, I may as well cut my piece of 4x4. This is just a scrap 4x4. I'll need to cut this down to 24 inches. I want to cut off both ends, so I'm going to make a fresh line here and measure my 24 inches from here. So measure my 24 inches. Okay, so I have everything marked out. We will go over to the miter saw and get this cut out. And then the second one. Okay, so we got our 2 feet. All right, so I got my feet cut down. Off camera, I cut them a little shorter because I found them a bit too high. So these are going to be the feet for project number 3, which is going to be a beautiful, long, rustic votive candle holder for my dining room table. And it's going to go something like this. I'm going to head over to the table saw and put some decorative dados on the sides. All right, so I have the decorative dados cut on the side, and I've gone ahead and measured out 6 equal spaces for my glass inserts for my votive candles. So I'm going to head over to the drill press. I'm going to use a 2-inch Forstner bit. I'm going to go 1 inch deep and create 6 flat bottom holes. Okay, I got my 6 holes cut. I made an awful mess, but boy, was it a lot of fun. Nothing wrong with getting a little dirty every now and then. And my glass inserts fit perfectly. So now it's time to get this piece of wood distressed. Okay, so I have my piece of wood in a vise here, nice and secure. I got my Makita grinder, and I'm ready to go to work on this piece of wood. But as always, safety first. Okay, so I got a really good start at distressing this, but you know the drill. I'm gonna finish this project up and I'll see you in the final reveal. And here they are, all 3 projects made from those table legs. The first one, a simple set of spindle candle holders. I sprayed them flat black, sealed them with a semi-gloss top coat, and added some old hardware that I sprayed gold to give them a little extra flair. Simple, but beautiful. The second project is a set of 3 pillar candle holders. I dry brushed them with a couple different shades of white, added this stencil, and more hardware to spruce them up. Very farmhouse, very cute. And the third one is a long, very rustic votive candle holder, perfect for the center of my dining table. After distressing it, I stained it, gave it a top coat, and added a decorative metal piece to the ends that came off an old stool. A little rough, a little charming, and just the right amount of country. But wait, there's more. I know I said there was 3 projects, but I just couldn't throw out the last 2 scraps, so I threw a 4th set together. This set is for tapered candles. I used 2 metal furniture pads for the tops and used the drill press to drill out the holes, which is my new favorite tool, by the way. I gave them a quick coat of gloss black paint, added a stencil, and a top coat. I'm really happy with how they all turned out. I know these aren't everyone's taste, but that's the beauty of DIY. You finish them however you like. I just wanted to show that with a little imagination, you can turn someone's trash into treasure, or even cash if you want to sell them. And you don't always have to go and buy wood. There's always someone tossing something out or giving something away. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite and what you would have done differently. I'd love to hear your ideas. Well, all right, that's a wrap. 4 candle holder sets from the legs of one old dumpster table that was headed to the landfill, proving that all wood is good wood as long as you give it a little love. I hope you come back to see what I get myself into next time. And remember, treat your wood right, and it'll treat you even better.